In May 2002, Alex, Amapola, and his parents met up in a famous hotel in Algeciras, in the south of Spain, the Hotel Reina Cristina. We stayed a night there and had some good food and some good activities in the large gardens. And the next day took the ferry across from Algeciras to Tangiers. We were going to spend a week in Morocco. First day in Tangiers, a local driver called Mohammed, all local drivers seem to be called Mohammed, drove us around the city and deposited us finally at the railway station. I'd booked by telephone a couchette for 4 of us, first class, which would take us to Marrakesh. In the Lonely Planet Guide, it was called the best train in Africa. So we got aboard, even though Polly wanted to take some photos and was shouted at by people who don't like actually having their photos taken in Morocco. We got on the train and bolted the door, and off we went. It wasn't really the best train in the world, but it was the best train in Africa. And by scraping a little bit of paint off, we saw that it belonged, the carriage had belonged to Belgian Railways in 1914. After about an hour, the lights went out, stayed out all night. And it was a bit frightening having to go out into the corridor to go to the toilet. Didn't quite know whether you were going to the next carriage or fall onto the track. But everything was made up by the arrival in Marrakesh, with the light absolutely splendid, train going not too fast into the magnificent city. There, we looked around a bit. We inquired in various different hotels. The prices were a bit different, 2,000 euros a night, one of them. So it must be a watering hole for people from Saudi Arabia. But we found something comfortable, looked around the city, went to the bazaar, ate lots of Moroccan food, and found another Mohammed who would take it up to the mountains. Polly had to go back to London. She flew from Marrakesh, and Alex and his parents went up into the mountains. Wonderful trip. Mohammed, the driver, stopped in one place and leapt out of the car and took some roses from the riverbed and plonked them on Marina's lap. She was very happy. And so we made our way through various places to Woodsadat. Stayed a couple of nights there, and then we thought we would hire a car to get back to Algeciras. Well, get back to Tangiers with boat. Alex drove, all fine, and suddenly he realized that the clock in Morocco was 2 hours behind the clock in Spain. So he only had 3 hours to get to Algeciras, get up with the boat and onto his plane. Speed increased. He was stopped by the police. And after a little discussion, they said, "We won't charge you the fine because you're sitting next to your mother." Nice Muslim tradition, I think. We got to Algeciras on time, took out Alex round to Gibraltar, where he was flying from. But then we realized we'd left a lot of our baggage on the boat. However, the baggage went back and forth across the channel. And one day I went down from Cadiz to collect it. All the new things were there, but mother's dirty washing had disappeared.